What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ZBCN today, Zebec. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 10th day of September, and here we are at about $0.0043 right now, just below there. 9 hours, 25 minutes left in the day, up 7% on the day so far. It's nice to see a little bit more than that even. It's very possible, again, we've said this, I think even since this day, it's very possible that the low is in, but I still think you have lower to go. Right, that's what else is new. Bitcoin's being rather convincing that it's putting in a low as well, but we're waiting for confirmation on that. We don't have it yet. If Bitcoin moves lower, you can bet your sweet bottom dollars that we're probably going to see lower prices in ZBCN as well. The area, the target intended area that we're expecting or waiting for would be about $0.0033, $0.0033 from a low to a high, not the fake out high, but the high of the move. That puts us right there at the golden ratio. If not there, then maybe just below there. I doubt we go below 0.00309. Okay, I doubt we go below this line here. Anything can happen, and if we do, that doesn't mean Zebec's in trouble. Just maybe we go to the 786 and then we bounce there. We could have a really intense drop down to like 0.0282. By the way, guys, yeah, this is probably the first time I've talked about it since this low. We've talked plenty about the fact that this could be the low. I think that we have lower to go, but this could be the low. I haven't talked about what it would look like if we went lower. I don't expect us to go below this zone. I don't expect it. But in all fairness, we could drop down here and everything's fine. We could drop down to 0.0282, 0.0256. Everything's fine. It's not a problem. So in that kind of scenario, if we do see lower lows than intended, don't freak out. It's a perfect area to buy, if anything. It's definitely not the perfect area to freak out, okay? Nobody freak out. If we're looking at this here from an overall high to a low, our 382 is right there. We bounced off of that. Our 236 is down here. I mean, there's sense to be made out of going lower. I just think we're going to find some kind of support in between this 382 and the 236, which is kind of unorthodox. And I have to admit, even looking at it like this, finding support at that 382 is pretty damn nice. But I think that we have lower prices to go still. You know what? It's actually very common, very, very common. Let me point this out actually. To go from your 786, whenever you disrespect your golden ratio in the sense that you just didn't stop there at all, right? You got close, but you didn't stop there at all. You hit your 786. Typically, you do pull back to your 382 or your 236 or somewhere in that range. Typically, you do. And typically, it's a lot faster than this if we're being fair, but maybe there's sense to be made out of this area after all, beyond just this low to high fib, using that high to low fib as well. And then of course the assumption that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-legged move to the downside. We'll see. Although I think if this was to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like if this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm pretty sure the fourth leg could not interact with the first leg. So that might be invalidated right there. I don't know. Time will tell. I'm still sticking with the downside. I still believe that we have lower to go. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, okay? I'm not the most experted person whenever it comes to LA wave theory. That's the wave counts. That's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I was just talking about. 1 hour time frame here. You keep rejecting the overbought zone. We got 22 minutes left in this hour. Let's see how it goes. 22 minutes left is definitely a lot of time. We could come up by the end of this. I'm not necessarily bearish on this. If anything, the RSI right now is taking a more bullish stance than a bearish stance, but I'm definitely not bullish on it right now. Pretty neutral, like in a wait and see kind of environment. Let's see here. Not a lot of volume on Bybit. That's okay. Is this do they have, is it just perps or don't they have spot? They don't have spot. Okay. Well, this one's got the most volume for ZBCN. A little bit of bearish divergence on the stochastics. MACD, whatever, I'm not impressed. It's the 1 hour time frame. RSI does suggest that we go lower, but let's see how this 1 hour closes. You got 21 minutes left. It's a lot of time. Okay, and you're only down like 1.5%. 4 hour time frame. 4 hour looks bullish. It looks very, very bullish actually. Yeah, you had some bearish divergence here at the top, lower highs right there. You went down, you saw that move, and now you're moving back up. You found support in trajectory with these lows. Higher low here, bouncing off the 50. Might look like you want to come back up to that overbought zone. That's not a bad look at all. We do have an hour and 20 minutes left in this 4 hour candle as well. A lot can happen. We could definitely come down, but I'm getting a bullish reading off of this more than a bearish one. The stochastics look good as well, and the MACD looks good. Trusting the indicators here and going against what I want to see happen. It's not even that I want to see it go down, but what my overall prediction is that we have lower to go. So I'd like it to go down just for the sake of my pride. But looking at the indicators and going against my ego here, I think that it does look like it wants to continue higher. So if it wants to continue higher, how high are we going to go? Maybe up to 0047, 00457. And if you get up to there, that might start to really validate that this is the low. It really might start to. We'll see. It's not completely validating yet. You still could be in a full-blown bull trap here. It depends on how we react. It also depends on if we get up there at all. If we do see prices on a 4-hour time frame start to close below 004, I would think that's all she wrote. It's inevitable that we're going down to 0033, sorry. But anything can happen. I'm definitely getting some bullish readings off these indicators here. And if I'm just trusting these indicators, and I think I should trust them, they're telling me that we have higher to go. So hour and 19 minutes left. Maybe even by the end of the day, we should be at higher prices. I would think we're taking out that high. If ZBCN's moving up, Bitcoin's got to be moving up, right? I would think that Bitcoin's moving up as well. Because if it's moving down, ZBCN would probably move down with it. So maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we are finding lows throughout the markets right now. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty awesome. And I think that would go a little bit against the narrative that I've been talking about for the past week, which is we would dump into the FOMC meeting. But whatever, PPI data is good. Things are looking good. The rate cuts that are going to be announced next week are going to be good as well. Makes sense that we might have a little bit of a bullish wind under our sails. Maybe what happens is we actually do pump into the FOMC meeting, and then on that rate cut announcement, we drop down a little bit, just a little bit, and then from there we actually start to pump up again. Maybe I had it wrong. Instead of dumping into it and then pumping out of it, we're going to pump into it, dump out of it, and then continue to pump for the rest of the month. I still see September closing green. I still see this being an overall green month. So, yeah, that so far 1 hour is kind of neutral. 4 hour looks bullish. Okay, if I'm wrong and assuming that we move up by the end of the day, then I'm at least my ego's saved because I'm right overall, assuming that we go lower. I'm not waving I'm not waving the white flag yet. Okay, just because I'm calling for prices to go higher in the short term and just in the very near term doesn't mean that I'm absolving us of going lower. But we are in a bit of a crunch time kind of mode here. Right, the 16th, 17th is that deadline for finding this lower low, at least in my opinion. If not the 16th or 17th, somewhere around that date. And it is the 10th now, so we're running out of time. It's less than a week. So if you want to see lower lows, it's got to happen now. Maybe we can move up a little bit. Maybe we can move up to 0047, but that's about it. If we start closing higher than that, especially if we get above 005 on a daily closing basis, at that point it's time to call a spade, and this is a higher low. This is the low, and we are moving higher. We're breaking out to new all-time highs going into the end of this month and going into October, right? So it really depends, I think, on what we do between now and the end of this week, what we do now in the next couple of days. It is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I think the next couple of days we'll have our results. Definitely on shaky grounds here if you're a bear. Things are looking good if you're a bull, but we're still on shaky grounds as well, even as a bull. So, just be patient. Let this thing play out. Don't get too eager and don't get too disappointed one way or the other. I'm still maintaining the fact that I do believe that we're going to see lower lows, but I could be wrong, man. I very well could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, that's okay. We're making money anyways. I don't really have anything else that I want to say, so I'll probably just end the video there. You guys know where we're going ultimately, right? Regardless of the insignificant downside that we have, we've got a lot of significance to the upside. Also, on the weekly time frame, I think I've mentioned this before, but I just want to mention it again. Very solid body down. Doji candle, typically you do actually reverse in these kind of candles. So depending on the end of this week, it really could, the ending of this week could really validate this as a low. We'll know. We will know soon enough. Within the next 4 days and 10 hours, we'll know. But I very much believe that we're going to go all the way up to like 3 cents to 4.5 cents by the end of this next move, probably by the end of October. You should be up around 10 cents, if not even higher than that, by the end of the year, going into January. I think we'll see a little bit of a dump in January, and then we'll come up and probably pump to finish out the cycle in February, March, April, maybe March, April, May, depending on how long we consolidate. I'll see you guys on the next one. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. Hit the like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. And if my short-term call is wrong, if we don't move up to like 0045, 0047, that's fine, whatever. I'm still maintaining, again, I know it's confusing because I'm calling for two things here. But I suppose what I'm calling for based on the 4 hour time frame is that we do move higher. And then I'm calling for a harsh rejection out of that. and that we see prices down at 0033 or lower. If I'm wrong, maybe we don't get this, we just move down, or if I'm wrong, like truly wrong, then we would just continue to move up and validate this as a low. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Adios.